Welcome on in for today's college basketball pick video play heading into action for Saturday, November 23rd, 2019. If you're interested in getting all of our college basketball picks for today, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked right at the top of the video description. So heading into this one, we got the Big East taking on the ACC as the DePaul Blue Demons head out on the road taking on the Boston College Eagles in Vegas, expecting this to be a highly competitive affair as the road team, the Blue Demons, coming in favored by 2 points. And we've been pretty impressed with what DePaul has opened up and shown thus far, standing 5-0 with really their best result coming in a road victory, upset fashion over the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it was by a pretty convincing margin as DePaul won that one by a final of 93-78. And in terms of the numbers, the Blue Demons have shown that they can play different paces. They showed in that Iowa game clearly that they can win in an offensive-oriented battle, but they've also had a number of defensive tilted victories as their defense currently ranks 57th in the nation in points allowed compared to their offense, which is 102nd. But DePaul, they've had a number of down years in the Big East, and it's going to be a tough season in the Big East again because there's a lot of quality opponents, but maybe DePaul can work their way out of the basement and more into the middle tier. We'll see if they're able to do that or not. Now today, they're heading on the road taking on the Boston College Eagles, and actually Boston College, kind of almost like the DePaul of the ACC over the past half decade. They've had a number of really rough seasons, but they do feel like they're at least trending back in a better direction. We saw that a bit from Boston College last year. So the Eagles, thus far, they've opened up the season 4-1 in their last outing. Not looking all that impressive on their home court, taking down Eastern Washington by just 4 points. And that's an Eastern Washington opponent that you would rate quite a bit lower than DePaul. And that was actually coming on the heels of another disappointing showing from Boston College where they fell at home to Belmont by a final of 85-100, a really poor defensive showing in that matchup. And really, the Boston College Eagles have been all over the map this season because they had that matchup against Belmont, extremely high scoring, the total hitting 185 points, but just one game prior to that, they had a 59-33 victory over High Point, so some vastly different styles of play coming out of the Eagles. In terms of their numbers, they're 176th in the nation in scoring average and 139th in total team defense, so ranking quite a bit further back than where DePaul currently stands in those two significant statistical categories. Now, the Eagles, they opened up with some nice wins, taking down ACC opponent Wake Forest at home, also grabbing a win on the road against South Florida, but not looking quite as solid in their last couple of outings at home against mid-major opponents, given the fact that DePaul has proven themselves that they can get the job done on the road against an opponent like Iowa, which many would probably put a little bit higher than Boston College in terms of the competition level. We feel like the Blue Demons have what it takes to go on and pull away enough in the second half to where they're able to go on and cover this very manageable 2-point spread. So that's where we're siding this one, going with DePaul to cover that 2 points. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. And again, you can check out all of our college basketball picks for today, including our daily free play over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description.